Hello, I'm John Eckert. I'm at Baylor University, and I want to spend a few minutes today talking to you about different types of assessments. So there are many kinds of assessments teachers use every day. And the first one are informal checks. This is as simple as looking around the room, seeing if your students are actually paying attention. If you're teaching virtually, it's checking to see if your students appear to be actually looking at your screen so that you know that they're with you. So this happens all the time. Then there's observation and dialogue. This happens fairly naturally in classes where we ask students questions, we hear their feedback, we get a sense of what they're understanding, what they're not. Online, this might look a little bit different because you're doing it in a virtual space, but again, observation and dialogue are going to be important. Tests and quizzes, I put in the middle because there's absolutely a place for tests and quizzes, but they're limited in some of the information that we can get from students. So we also need academic prompts. Academic prompts can be essays, can be essay questions. They can also be verbal video questions where students audio record or video record pieces, but they're explaining more of their thinking. So they get into higher level thinking in many cases. They can also be part of tests and quizzes. But the one I'm really most excited about are performance tasks. Performance tasks ask the student to do the subject. They're authentic. They are realistically contextualized. And they function almost as an apprenticeship. When students are doing the work, they're getting feedback, improving, and then moving forward. So if we think about assessment as these 5 types, it's really a giant arrow in my mind where we're trying to move students from this kind of basic, informal, more formative kinds of checks to performance tasks here that can be authentic, contextualized apprenticeships. Now, the last thing I'll say for this point is you also need to make sure criteria for success are clear. So if we think of this as a bullseye, we need to tell students how to hit that bullseye with clear criteria for success. A lot of times it takes the form of a rubric. It does not have to, but on the next video, we'll talk in more detail about rubrics. For more conversation, more dialogue about assessment and the different types and what might fit best in your classroom for particular assignments, you can always reach out to me on Twitter at EckertJohn or directly to my email here at Baylor, John_Eckert at Baylor.edu.